If you are considering an elopement wedding or have always wondered what it's like to elope, well, my husband and I eloped exactly a year ago in Hawaii, and it was absolutely, hands down, the best decision we've ever made. Sometimes when people hear eloping, they think, oh, you just ran off on a whim to Vegas and you've known each other for 2 days and you just did the thing. But you can elope and actually have it be a very well thought out ceremony. For me, the main reason I wanted to elope is because I wanted our wedding to be about us. I wanted it to be about our marriage. And I knew based off of all the other weddings that I'd been to that it would probably be really hard for me to just focus on him and I. I would have probably been focused on everyone else. Is everyone else having a good time? And I would have probably been one of those people who got caught up in all the things that were going wrong. And I don't know if I would have been able to be fully present on my wedding day. Also, just the stress leading up to a wedding is something that I really didn't want or have the space for in my life. I got married when I was 33, so I knew that I didn't want to have to plan a whole wedding for a year. I was ready to get married. I was ready to get on with my life. And also, I've always thought that eloping would be so fun. You run off, you elope just the two of you. Some people do just the two of them and a few close family and friends. And then you have a wedding party after. We ended up having two wedding parties after. And what I loved so much about our wedding day was that it was just the two of us and we could be giggly and funny and goofy. And it wasn't a big deal if anything went wrong. We got married at the Four Seasons on the Big Island. We planned our ceremony within like 2 months. I think I reached out to them at the beginning of November, and it was 2 months until we got married at the beginning of January. But it was a very easy planning process. The planning process, yeah, bits of it were stressful, but it was more enjoyable because no one else was gonna be there. Like, it was just the two of us. We had an amazing photographer and videographer team, so our family could see the video and photos after. We had a violinist there. We got married overlooking the ocean. It was just beautiful. And then we had, like, a dinner on the beach after, which was super romantic. And then we had a week in Hawaii after where we just had the best time ever. I look back on my wedding elopement and I just think, gosh, like, that was just the best week of my life. And you know what? Eloping's not for everyone, but also big weddings aren't for everyone. And I feel like in today's wedding culture, it's like wedding wars. Who can top the last person? Who's going to have the biggest and best thing? And that's just really not anything I wanted to be a part of. I just wasn't interested. It's fine if you want to have a big wedding, but what I want to do is be a voice for the women who might not want a big wedding and might want to go the more non-traditional route. So, if you have any questions about eloping, leave them in the comments. I will answer every single one of them.